There we go. What's up, everybody? All right, so today we're going to be talking about that new, I don't know, some people might be finding this out for the first time, but there's this new site that just came out called Club, okay? I'll get it put up here in a second. I'm going to have to rearrange some things, too. Forgot that my camera was off. Let's just get some hellos from everybody. Hello, hello. How we doing? What's up, Brack? What's up, Pro? Hello, hello. What's up, Killer? What's up, Dino? What's up, Shadow? What's up, Shreds? What's up? Mark, good afternoon. What's up, Cam? What up, Humble? Hello, hello. Looking good, boys. Sup, DJ Real McCoy? Hello, hello. Let everybody get in here. Okay, now this is probably going to be off here in a second. I guess let me fix these real quick. There we go. I figured that would be the case. Let's get this going over here. Got to make sure we're acknowledging that kick chat, or apparently I get kicked out of the thing they say. So they say. So they say. All right, and then now we'll get this going right here, and we'll be good. Okay, we all set up? All right, so this... Hold on. I got actually, where should I begin? I saw Ryder talking about that last night. Don't understand it though. What, the club thing, or club doesn't make sense in itself, which is what we'll talk about. I'm trying to get just some things organized here. So here we go. Here's what we really need. So we'll show the site here in a second. Okay, so club is the thing you're confused about. Yeah, it's okay. It's confusing, but it also makes sense in itself. It's I think it's actually going to be a serious competitor. I don't think it's going to be a competitor in the way that is currently being advertised and articulated. And also, I think there's also a good, solid marketing fucking strategy talking about this. So I just wanted to kind of deep dive into everything. So to summarize, Shadow, thanks for the super chat. Tell me that this is a fuck right here doesn't have exactly the RDGK Iron Man. I'll wait. Wait, what? What are you saying? Appreciate the super chat. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. So, yeah. So one of the owners of Kick and Stake of EasyGo, these guys own all these companies over there. They finally launched one of these things. Now they reached out to me in like March. They told me this. I got early access to sign up. I just claimed my name and I really didn't do anything with it. Truth be told, I'll get a little bit more into that. But they finally launched. It says we've launched. Haven't launched anything in a few years. Our other brands kept us busy. Club is something we've been building quietly and are stoked to finally reveal. Creators make money when they're live, but the second they go offline, the connection to their audience slows. You know what would help with that is doing something on the site where you make money while you're live. Just a thought, just a hypothetical situation. Club changes that. Okay, so Club changes this out of anything else that changes it. Let's get into it. An invite-only platform where creators can post content, drop exclusives, DM their biggest supporters, and actually earn from all of it through Club Cash. So the interesting thing is the invite-only. I guess it does. That's the sense of like the club community. The club experience. I assume they're leaning into the branding, but I don't get the end game from this because it doesn't. Okay, so what? Hold on, let me finish the thing. Dude, I just have so much to dissect with this. Club isn't a replacement for streaming or a replacement for X. It's a layer that was missing. Rolling out early access now. Now it is. So this is what it looks like. Okay. And it just, to be fucking frank, it looks like X. Looks like X, dude. See, I'm not following anybody, so this is whatever it's on the time. If any sus shit fucking shows up on the timeline, don't fucking get mad at me. How is it different from Patreon? Yeah, so we'll get into it. Meld Studio is a great streaming platform. Yeah, Meld or streaming service. It is. So yeah, this is what it looks like. So this is Club. It's in beta. Homepage, search, gallery, notifications, chats. The interesting thing about this is every post and in your profile, down at the bottom, this is also interesting too. I'm live on Kick, so it's showing that. right? And I think this is where they're really going to try to advertise the start of it to get the momentum rolling. My hot take with this is I think how they're launching this, I think this is going to be a product down the line that really isn't really that tied to streaming. I think they're just trying to dip their toes in other areas and own other ways of media consumption. That's just my hot take. But you'll notice in here that this post has this thing right here, which is like, what do they call it? Club Cash. Call it Club Cash. So you can go to a post. So like I just posted a little bit ago and I've already got, wait, holy shit. No, I think it's like a penny ratio. I think it's like bits. So I think I've already got $1. No, I've already got $10 in this post I put out 55 minutes ago. People have like tipped the post. They've like thanked me for posting this post, which is ironic because it's everywhere else it's for free. But for here, they're just like, hey, thank you for that. Now, the thing is too, so like I can see that Manny tipped the post. I can see that Richard tipped the post. Last night, somebody tipped my post like fucking $50 or some shit. It's crazy. Just an absurd amount right here. $75. Kick tipped a post. Bijan tipped a post. I made 300. You see, and it's like, it's great. Okay. How do we dissect this? Where do we start off with everything? You notice how we're all fucking talking about it and we're all like, oh, this is crazy. What a crazy layer. What a crazy thing. Like, sure. The thing is, it doesn't have a fucking algorithm. It doesn't have user data. It doesn't have any natural habit. People are not going to just be giving me that money in every single post. So it encourages this idea where I want to go to X and I want to talk about it and be like, oh, I can't believe I got paid to fucking post. Like, that's the thing. And basically what I'm seeing is they're following the same marketing strategy. It appears. This is how I perceive it. Kick came out. A lot of the thing was 95.5. It was this absurd thing. Entice everybody to go to X to share revenue. I even did the same thing, right? And then it's like the same marketing. It's the same exact marketing. Except, oh, what's up? Fuck. I mean, I'd love to know how spot on I am with this. I mean, I don't know how much of this I don't know who is actually watching right now from the account. Dude, I want to get in a private call one of these days with Bijan and Eddie and just like fucking pick their brain and just see how much of the things that I understand. But there's also the reason why I'd love to do this is because my sanity, there's things that don't make sense. Cause I'm like, these guys are just sleeping on fucking gold mines. And they're just extracting little things. What is that? I assume it's up. Club creators coming in with the TED Gifties. The TED Gifties over on La Kick. Yeah. So how I perceive it is it's good replicated marketing from what happened on Kick. So by loading some people up with the money off the start, some creators, by having this, by fast tracking some people into it, and generating the tips and getting that momentum going and getting the new viewers come in there, like by letting some community members come there and some creators come there, and then the creators get a little juiced up by the community members. It seems like Kick did a little bit of it. I seen Bijan did a little bit of it. I seen Club did a little bit of it. Automatically, you want to go to X and you want to be like, what the fuck is this? I just got paid to just essentially make a tweet. So you get the 95.5 marketing in itself. And then they have the fucking headline thing, which everybody's talking about today. That's what the big pages are saying. It's the XQC signs $100 million deal. But today the conversation is these crazy maniacs spend $10 million on a URL. Let's just be real. That's not what actually happened. Like this is a $10 million investment into the fucking website, essentially. But the fucking regular people don't know that. They don't give a shit. They just like, what a fucking retard would spend $10 million on a URL. Oh, it's the guys that fucking run Stake and Kick. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know, it's just fascinating where I'm starting to notice things. But also in and of itself, it's kind of genius. Listen, there's no better way to put this, but it's kind of genius because the platform loyalists are going to start building a lot of the direct connection between the website, and then the rest spill over. Kind of smart. So what we're going to see now, when we're already seeing it, it's like, okay, I got to figure out ways to talk about this because I don't like to fucking sound like an asshole, but it does sound like an asshole. But it's just honest. Like, how did Baijian put it together? Creators make money when they're live, but the second they go offline, the connection to their audience slows. This doesn't solve that problem. This is just marketed to solve that problem. It doesn't solve the problem. You still have to put in the work to solve that problem. If everybody, oh, fucking Christ, okay. Oh, this is where I get frustrated. This is the only thing. Because I'm just like, what the adding the extra fucking routine doesn't make any fucking logical sense. It doesn't make any sense. I get the general vibe of like the club experience, but I think it's just overcomplicating it. This would just be so much better on Kick. What are we doing? Who's on club right now? You probably already moved on. And nor do you care. I'm just a guy fucking rambling. But I'm just like, what? Does this make sense to anybody else? It just doesn't make any sense. Why are we essentially trying to replicate the same issues? That's what we're doing. We're just causing more issues. It's the same thing, the same problems so many creators deal with. But honestly, it's just another platform. Thank you. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just another platform. Now, there are going to be genius ways. I was just looking into working with Patreon. Why would I work with Patreon when I could go to club? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Why would I, if you're just going to be a complete Patreon competitor, that makes sense. You're competing with Patreon. Why would I push you guys to Patreon for the new workshops that I'm going to be doing moving forward and then try to put paid content on my site when I could just use Club? You're going to get a social experience, feel like any other platform, right? But on top of that, I could put paywalls behind things for the people that, putting in extra work to present it. I could do a whole entire workshop series on lighting setups, right? And instead of trying to put products on my site where I have to pay a percentage, instead of going to Patreon where I have to pay a larger percentage, I would assume Club's angle is they probably give a massive percentage. I actually don't even know what that is. Is the Club community still here? Like I said, they're probably long gone. I can't even find the website right now. Well, it's because this is another thing. What are we doing? This is a social media app, and we're launching in 2026. We're launching in 2026 with no mobile app. Oh, man. It is like these guys have... Club is integrated into Kick. No, it's not. It's not integrated into Kick. You guys need to learn what integration means. Club is not integrated in Kick. I am live right now on Kick. How is my club doing anything outside of saying, hey, go to Club and follow me? How is it integrated? Explain it to me. There's no API connection. There's no analytical connection. There's no monetary connection. It is a separate entity at which my job is going to be now to funnel you to another place. Doesn't solve the problem. Not integrated. Well, you get a nice little live icon next to your name. Great. I can post I'm live anywhere. That doesn't solve the problem. That's not an integration, Tex. How is that an integration? I'm live. Good job. My Discord says that. My X says that. My YouTube channel says that right now. Hey guys, I'm fucking live. That's not an integration. That's not downtime of connecting with your audience offline in an integrative way in Kick. It is still, you have to funnel people over there to see that. You better fucking goddamn right be sorry. Because it's not a natural integration. How do you see the live icon, Tex? How do you see it? By me telling you to go to fucking Club. What is the difference between me telling you to go to Club and me telling you to go to my Discord? There's no difference. It's high cortisol because you guys, oh man, you guys fall for this stupid shit, man. The amount, and it's genius on their part. It's genius on their part. You guys are about to start, maybe not you guys, but creators left and right are about to start flooding X, talking about finally Kick solved the problem. They're coming out with a new, I responded to somebody today about that. Who was that? They're even pretty respectful. Oh, look at that. I'm integrated in X. Funny how that is. Where was that? What was that? What conversation was I having? Oh, here it was. It was Crow. From my understanding, will be somewhat tied to Kick, saying when you're live, etc., to help bridge the gap from your offline presence to your online presence. something that, in my opinion, we're in dire need of. I agree with this. I agree with this wholeheartedly. This doesn't solve the problem. This is where I said, yeah, but you, the creator, still have to funnel again. If anything, this is a worse problem because now, while we're already fucked over trying to build trust in Kick, because at the end of the day, let's be real, a vast majority of creators were constantly trying to clean up Kick's reputation that they had off the rip. So as we're constantly trying to do that and trying to persuade people to come over to Kick in the first place, now you're telling me the solution to the channel being dead when you're offline is I have to funnel people to another place that they don't know. I have to tell you to sign up for, it's not enough that you already had a YouTube and that's where you discovered me, or you already had an Instagram, you already had a TikTok, that's where you discovered me. And then I funneled you to my live stream. It's not enough then that I funneled you to my Discord, to my emails, to subscribe on the other stuff. It is now the answer to this issue right here, bridging the gap from offline to online presence. The answer is funneling you to another place. Oy vey. And streamers eat it up, man. Streamers eat it up because it's an opportunity, man. It's exciting. I love Crow to death, but guys like this eat it up. Listen, if you already benefited off of this system, you wouldn't need Club. That's the issue I have. That's why I'm just like, so many people are just ignorant right away. They're just jumping all over this like a bitch in heat. Oh, this is exciting. Finally, my big moment. Dog, this system has worked for fucking 10 years. This is how it all works. You create content, you funnel people over, then you funnel them to the sites where you have the interaction with those people so that way you can tell them that you're live. Like, oh my God. And here's where we're talking about the marketing shit again. What's genius about this is now you're going to have 100 fucking bleed green, pick Kick loyalists that they think this is innovating, they think this is game changing, and they're just going to be free fucking marketing and free advertising all over X and everything for this. I mean, I'd argue that I'm giving it a bit of free marketing too, but it's I'm being honest. Am I not? I think this is going to be great for businesses, brands, people that like the competition away from Patreon. Let me see if I can't get info on the split. Do they have that anywhere? Yeah, I almost feel you almost feel like you have to keep up with this shit. The interesting thing about this, for those that didn't catch on it, is it's invite only. You have to be accepted over there, which, again, from the Patreon aspect, that's cool. But what do you fucking mean you have to be accepted? But that's a good way to keep the offline connection between your viewers and yourself when you're not live. Can't wait to watch the bleed green loyalists start chanting for purple. For purple. Oh, wow. It is kind of ironic that they make it purple. Yeah, this just doesn't make sense. It's just, you know what's so weird is everything appears to be organized and under control, but just, I don't know, when I just look at Kick and Club and everything Eddie and Bijan are doing, it just looks like organized chaos. That's just being constructive. I'm not saying it like, obviously they're this is the bad thing. They're billionaires. They're 20-year-old billionaires, dude. How can you tell them they're wrong? But also too, I feel like when you get to that stage in your life, nobody tells you when you're wrong. Everybody just becomes a yes man. I think this is why Eddie has had a great relationship with Train. I think Train's not somebody that's just going to be like a yes man. Train probably keeps it pretty real with Eddie. Eddie, hey, if you don't need any more yes men in your quarter, fucking hit me up. And call. I would love to fucking talk. Honestly, I love when my fucking homies set me straight on shit. It's helped me immensely over this last year. It's helped me change paths with a lot of things. But like when I just look at this, I'm just like, I don't see the big angle. I don't see the big picture. Maybe that means I'm just really bad at my job. But because it doesn't make sense that they actually think that they're going to compete with the big dogs doing what they're doing right now. You need all eyes and attention in one place right now to compete with the giants, the behemoths. And I guess maybe they're not trying to compete with the behemoths. I said this years ago, maybe Twitch isn't actually trying to compete with social media. Maybe they just want to live in their niche and their bubble. And maybe Kick's just like, let's just replace that and give them more money. But we don't want to compete with YouTube. Doesn't fit the narrative. Yeah, it's just weird. Does the creator get a set number of invites for their community? Oh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. You mean my viewers have to be accepted before they can follow me over there? Wait, I didn't even think of it like in that direct. I didn't even think about it in that direct aspect. I didn't even think about it in that direct aspect. Dirty. So it in the main post in of itself. How did he word it? How did he word it? This is a connection to bridge streamers to their offline content. Is that what he said? Creators make money. Club changes that. An invite-only platform where creators can post content. Creators make money when they're live, but the second they go offline, their connection with their audience slows. Yeah. Having an invite-only platform will really speed that up. It seems like a VIP platform almost. And here's the thing. That makes sense. And I think that's smart. If you're competing with OnlyFans, if you're competing with Patreon, that's smart. Where it's not smart is to connect it to Kick. I just don't. I think the reason why I'm critiquing this and why it bothers me is because of the way it makes it seem like this is going to impact Kick streamers, and it's just not. Unless, like, obviously you're the big dogs, but it doesn't matter. You're talking about like market spend and like everybody that you've seen on that list of like the people that got all those views and shit over the last X amount of days. All those people have entire teams. They have budgets. They have, and also too, a lot of people forget this, that Kick is also investing into that. Wait until Drake gets over there. It's not going to change much. It's invite only. What do you mean? See, that's the disconnect from this. You can't talk about the idea of platform awareness because you're not going to be able to consume the content at which would be going viral because you have to be invited to be there. That doesn't make sense. Drake streaming on Kick made sense because anybody could just fucking come sign up. They were just like, what's this new place? I got to sign up. I mean, people will be able to see, oh, I heard Drake talk about this thing. I'm going to come over there. Now I got to sign up and I'm going to wait for my application. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to click off. You know what I mean? Which is exactly what they will do. They'll pay the big dogs for sure to start advertising this. But, you know, it's like I said in some of my recent videos, kind of talking about the deeper nuance and idea to all this. It's like, how are you going to change the habit of millions of people that every day while they take a shit, they go to TikTok, not Kick? How are you going to change that habit? Because now you're just adding an extra thing. Like, what are we doing? It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So, I guess I covered that pretty quick. I thought this was going to be a whole entire thing. I'm not going to be live long today, but I thought this was going to be a much deeper thing. I thought it would take a lot more time. Maybe I haven't articulated everything and we haven't covered every angle, but I thought it'd be a longer session to, man, like I uninstalled all the alternatives, stick to YouTube, X, Insta, and Threads on Twitch. And wait, you said you uninstalled the alternatives, but you still have Threads? I have a Threads. I have like fucking 10,000 followers there. I'm going to be honest. I don't ever use that shit. I try to get in the habit of using it. It doesn't really make zero sense that Kick page of creators doesn't have a club feed tied to their dashboard to drive that interaction. Sorry, I'm a thirsty little boy. Yeah, I mean, well, that's a fucking good idea. That's a good idea. That's a interesting way to put it. That's an interesting way to put it. You put it under, like, that's an actual integration and you have it in your Kick page. But then again, I'm just like, why are we doing that fucking step? What's the point of doing that step? Club looking great so far. Yeah, I mean, the product itself is like, it looks good. It looks good. I just don't get some of the things. I'm very confused. I'm going to use YouTube and Twitch. Jeez. What a boring life. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because, like I said, it's put together well. Yeah, like, okay, so it sounds like we all agree. The product looks good. It actually feels great. Like, I reached out to Bison with a bug that I seen. Something on mobile. But you don't have a mobile app. You're a social. Oh. If I was a high up at their company, their tech company, and somebody actually brought the idea, let's launch the campaign of this multi-million-dollar thing we've invested into, where it's a social platform, and let's launch without an app. I think it's more aggravating. I think it's more annoying and aggravating because holy fuck, did they not learn their lesson with the launch of Kick? Eddie has said in so many videos and so many of his Saturday talks. I know you've said this because it's been clipped every time because they talk about this same 5 fucking topics every single fucking week. But Eddie himself even said, yeah, we kind of just did shit fast. And it was very just reactionary. And we kind of got ahead of ourselves. Oh, you don't say. So you wouldn't maybe just think taking this thing that you've already invested $10 million into the URL alone, you don't think maybe just taking this thing that the best thing to do to have the dick come swinging is just be able to have it to where people could put it on their phone? You don't think that'd be a good thing? No, some people would say, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Well, it is because like I already had to send off to Club today, to people at Club. I didn't know who to reach out to. That I went to go post on my phone and it didn't work. See, this is where I get fucking pissed off. And I get aggravated about this. We talk about the virality of shit. We talk about the views. We talk about the money involved with all this shit. These guys got so much fucking money. I would argue that a basic feature of your new fucking app coming out is I should be able to just post from my mobile device with no complications. I would just argue that's probably a pretty strong focus. Well, hey, mate, we won't know that until we try it. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. There should be no trying things in a public forum anymore. What are you fucking talking about? Bottom line is there's no better place to make videos and live stream than YouTube. No point to focus on other platforms unless they even come close to the pay being made on YouTube, in my opinion. Well, no, I think that's still pretty stupid. You never put all your eggs in one basket. I don't care how much that basket's making. Have I not taught you guys anything? Come on, man. I don't give a fuck if YouTube is making you $50,000 a month. If you can still generate $2,000 across everything else and own your brand more, why are you not doing that, brother? That's a mortgage payment taken care of because you're not being lazy. And also, too, it still does remove a lot of that pressure. Now, something can over-dominate for sure, but no, I don't agree with that. I know. Listen, YouTube is king. I'll gas up YouTube every day of a week. You got me fucked up if you ever think that I'm just going to put all my eggs into the YouTube basket. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Creators are not making 2K across the board. Let's be honest. Are you being serious or is that a joke? My best single month on X was $1,500 in 1 month just from posting on X. I don't think you comprehend what everybody's making on other socials. I know Instagram creators that are making $200,000 a month over the brand deals over on those platforms. Actually, even caveat, I found out that there's fucking Instagram creators that are in the Reel bonus program. They're making like $3,000 to $10,000 a month just from the Reels, just from uploading Reels. I know creators that are dude, we had that fucking person from TikTok, that fucking average couple that's like, you should get into TikTok Shop. Their best month in the last year on TikTok Shop was $150,000. What do you fucking mean? Richie, what do you mean creators are not making 2K across socials? What do you mean? What are you not talking about? Listen, I'm going to be pretty honest with you. The average person that would be making considerable bank on YouTube is probably making decent money across everything else added up. Yeah, sure. Maybe it's only $100 to $200 on X, but like that's still like it still defeats the purpose of the idea of like the only place you should focus on is YouTube. It defeats the purpose. Let me ask you this. Are you talking from experience or opinion? Do you just not perceive do you think that like, I'm talking about Twitch, Rumble, Kick, Party, streaming platforms, not X, not IG. Well, again, a lot of these creators are actually in a position where they're making more money on those platforms than they are on YouTube. And that inherently is the problem. So there's money to be made. We can't shit on the idea. Just listen, just because we don't like Twitch or somebody might not have a good experience on Kick doesn't like, they're still making money. They're still making lots of money. No one on YouTube, let's be honest. What are you talking about? Guys, what's the fuck? No one on YouTube. Are you just trying to stir shit up? Don't listen to Tex. He's just trying to stir shit up. He's just being a smart ass. He was over on Kick, then he went over to YouTube to just stir the bucket. Multi across platform is meta. It's not even meta. It's just like, what are you doing? I think the overload of being consistent across all platforms, at least for me, I think, in my opinion, it's the overload of being consistent. I mean, it's not much. You set a rhythm, you set a routine, you get it done. That's where I disagree. Listen, if you were to go into work this week and your boss was like, hey, objectively, do this, do this, do this, do this, I'll pay you money. You'd be like, okay, because that's most of your guys' fucking job, right? So if you want to be a full-time content creator, would you maybe argue that it would probably good to develop the habit of, hey, instead of stressing about it, why don't I keep a routine? Every day that I post, I'm going to post here, 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 here. In the same rhythm, in the same routine, make it clockwork, move on with your day. You know what I mean? But were you talking about the average starting streamer? You don't want to talk about the average or the average creator. The average creator and average streamer is not making jack shit at all. Period. Even on YouTube, brother. Even on YouTube. Now, while YouTube is a larger percentage, make more, sure. The average person's not making shit in anything. Period. I don't think you realize how many... Brother, there's channels with 200,000, 500,000 subscribers that aren't making jack shit on YouTube. And then there's YouTube creators that are making $5,000 a month because of the way they leverage it, that only have like 10,000 subscribers. The craziest thing that I seen in the last year was a couple buddies that they had like 30 to 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. Their peak months streaming and just consistently doing everything was like $20,000, and they only have 30K subs. And you could say like he's like, I don't know what to do because people are like they fucking yell at me about my views. They say there's no way, but YouTube just keeps pushing the fuck out of me, and it's all backed by data. There's actual real people watching. There's real fucking devices actually watching the shit. You got to find the sweet spot, bro, between all the platforms, whatever works for you. I mean, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, those three are perfect combo for discoverability. Right. Which it leads me to the question of the club. Yeah, there are more things that we need to talk about with club. There are more things. So 2 things, actually. So one thing, it's two ways to look at it. So one of the debates going on right now is, of course, oh my God, you guys have heard me bitch about this before. So obviously a new website is going to stir up what? The fucking conspiracy theorists. So you're already getting a whole bunch of these motherfuckers that are like, you should run a call and show one day. Wait, what do you mean? All these motherfuckers are, how do I put this? They're trying to break down what you're doing if you sign up. I wish I had soundboards. I had a response already on one post somewhere. I wouldn't sign up for that fucking site if my life depended on it. They're taking user data. Bro, are you fucking retarded? What's up, John? What's up, John? Are you fucking retarded? Dog. The world is taking your data. You go outside in the public and your data is getting sold. They took information about you and you're getting sold. You go swipe a card somewhere. You go apply for anything. You know that lovely bank where that lady like helped you refinance your vehicle and got you a new mortgage rate? Yeah, right after they gave you that hookup, they went and sold your fucking data. That's why you just got so many fucking calls this week. You dumb fucking idiot. So now you're getting all these people. So the reason why this is important is on Club. I'll just show you guys. So I got to do this before I can get my payouts. So I have to submit a tax form, which, I mean, that's logical, makes sense. But they're doing verify your identity. It's part of the initiative of being in the club. Why do we not have this on Kick is beyond me. That's my hot take. Oh, I don't want to have to. Listen, I don't think you should force everybody to have to verify on Kick. I'm just not going to, I want Kick to give me the option of where you can't talk in my chat unless you verify you're a real person. Thoughts? That's fine. Listen, you want to just watch the stream, that's fine. I want a filter on Kick. You can't fucking talk unless you show me you're a real person. I want to know who the fuck I'm talking to. Quit being a fucking pussy. Making 50 fucking different accounts and spamming in my shit. Quit being a fucking pussy. Hiding behind accounts. Trolling my shit. I don't think Twitch has it to the extent, though, does it? That's just phone verification, right? Email, which still can be bypassed. We had somebody that develops bots in here, and they're like, yeah, you can bypass that. They said the only way is identity verification. That's it. That's it. Only ways with identity verification. Listen, the world would be a lot different if people had consequences to fucking, showing up or couldn't just show up and make 50,000 fucking accounts and spam something on your page. That's literally what makes the Kick experience the worst. It's universal across the board. Any criticism that happens on Kick, it is because people are like, yeah, the troll bots, the spamming is dog shit. So again, oh God, this is where I get angry. I think about this idea in my head, and I just think about these guys that are making billions of dollars sitting around a fucking conference room, and they have these meetings, and then okay. So, I would probably say like, hey, I can't get too excited for this new website that you guys are coming out with and you're putting time and energy into when you still haven't figured out any of this shit that I'm venting about with the first website. This is what I was talking about, how my tone, this is the real way my tone has changed with Kick over these last couple of years. It's not that I don't believe in the idea of it. It's not that I don't believe in an idea where you can have a freer place and get monetized more and everything doesn't have to be Twitch-like. I actually very much disagree that like the concept of how we perceive online streaming is Twitch-like. I don't agree with that at all. But what I just get so fucking frustrated with is how muddy this process has been. And just like how much certain things get glorified and talked about. And it's like 3 years in and we're still talking about the general idea of basic chat moderation. You saw Devin talking about the Clipper drama. Is it the Clipper drama or him talking about literally the recipe to blow up in 2026? Stop adding new shit, fix the original shit. You would think that'd be the case. The reason why people cry about not being able to be a content creator is self-accountability. They can't hold themselves accountable. That's very valid. That's valid right there, Richie. And that's what I'm saying about the idea of posting everything everywhere, distributing everywhere. Like, to the individual in here, I can't remember a second ago who said something along the lines of like, I just find like it's a lot. It's a lot to post everywhere. Yeah, life's a lot, man. Life's a lot. You're gonna fucking die someday. And every period that you unlock in life, it's gonna be more stuff. You don't get to just open up the box of I get to do what I love for a living. It opens up new struggles, right? So the people that want to be a content creator and don't want to post everywhere, you are creating. You're just not creating a habit. You're creating a problem in your fucking head that doesn't actually exist. It's daunting to think about the idea of like, well, what do I post every single day? Like you think now in terms of big picture, like if I gotta post every day, I gotta post to this platform. How do I keep up with that? Oh my God, this is intimidating. How many times do I have to just open my phone and do that? It doesn't take that long. What are you fucking talking about? Goofball. All you got to do is take a 10-minute window and say, okay, content's on my phone. I'm going to post to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn, whatever you're posting. But you're going to sit down and you're going to go in that order every fucking day. And then next thing you know, you figure out you can do that while you take a shit. That was pretty cool. I hit my phone down, it threw the cap up, which was about to grab, and put it on my bottle. And then now I want to take a drink. Yeah, you don't visualize the 800-pound squat day one. You add weight periodically over time. Right? But anyways, so John, by the way, good to see you, cunt. So the people are getting all in cahoots about this. People are getting all in cahoots about this. Oh my God. Well, here's the thing. You don't have to sign up for the site. You don't have to get paid. I haven't verified my identity. I don't know. I think that's just to get paid, is it not? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty positive. But people are creating that narrative. I'm actually excited for it. I think, guys, this is where the internet's going. I don't know if you guys realize this. For everybody what's so fucking funny about this debate of like, I don't want to have to verify my identity in the online world. You're like, because I don't want people to know my data. Your data is fucking everywhere. Everybody knows your fucking identity. You can't hide the shit. Somebody will be able to find it. For more experienced people, it takes fucking no time to find out information about you. None. And information you would never guess is out there, just publicly in a public domain. So it's like, it really is like the people that think like they're the protected the most is why they continue to protect the shit. But what's ironic about it is if you would actually verify the identity process, it would help you protect more. What's so ironic about that is people are like, I don't want people to know the information about me because I gotta protect myself and my family. If every site knew the identity and information about people, they would know how to protect you from those situations. The people who don't want to verify the identity are the same people that don't want to have a voter ID. That's what I feel. Okay, well, we're not going to get into that right now because that's going to be a political fucking conversation nightmare. Yeah, you are kind of slightly retarded if you think you should just be able to do that, right? I mean, that's it. That's it. Now ChatGPT knows about you. Yeah. Oh, dude, you got motherfuckers that are like, especially in the tech space, that are like, don't fucking go sign up for Club right now because you have to verify your ID. But they will fucking tell their entire life story to ChatGPT as if it doesn't document and register that data. Yeah, I agree. That's exactly what if you don't want your data tracked and want nobody keeping tabs on you and knowing anything about you, cancel every subscription. Anything that's connected to the online world, anything that's connected to a bill, anything that's connected to a statement, anything you pay for, you got to stop paying for anything. Stop having subscriptions. You got to stop paying taxes. You have to just be a being that exists in the middle of nowhere where you hunt off the land. Now, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of times now in 2026 where I'm like, that sounds like the better way to live life. I'm not going to lie. I think we're going to see a huge trend of everybody moving backwards where people just leave society more and more and more. Right? But even at that extent, if you're within a confined area, I think you still have to have data even tracked. Like, do the Alaskan bush people literally just get like nothing? Do they just get to live off the land for free? No registration, no access to information, nothing? Because that would be the only way. Like you said, just run away and be in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so that's all scripted, but like I'm talking about the real. You understand that the TV show people, bit of a script. You get that like there are a lot of people out, right? Okay, so I'm talking about the real Alaskan bush people, the real people in the middle of nowhere. Also, too, like, can we just also stop thinking that like your privacy is really that like? Okay, I gotta figure out the way to say this. I think your privacy is important. I just don't think you're doing a lot of shit that would actually like where people would really care. Like you're really not that important. So like, calm down, Tina. Calm down. You're signing up for a website to do this, to get paid. No, but nobody gives a shit that like on Sunday you like to go to fucking bingo and get groceries and then come home and then fucking find rage bait posts to argue with, online. Nobody cares. Nobody actually gives a shit about your day and what you do. That like the reality is an entire existence is going to end up like it's, you know, the set. Bit of a pivot. This is where John smiles when I say things like this, but it's very true. This is very true what I'm about to say. While everybody overcomplicates and stresses like the world, how everybody perceives them, the reality is one day, it could be tomorrow, it could be in 50 years from now, but it'll just be a random Tuesday where you already have plans. You're gonna fucking die. Like you'll get hit by a bus, you'll fucking have a heart attack, somebody will fucking stab you, like something will happen. Something will happen and you'll just die. It'll be a random day. It won't be planned. You won't be able to acknowledge and get things done out of the way. I gotta get the house tidy so that way I don't leave shit. You left the dildo out on your fucking counter because you were cleaning it. Somebody's gonna find that. And it's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. Like eventually it will happen at a certain point. And that's your existence. That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing. This pinnacle life, all these things that you overcomplicate and you stress about in your head. And you're like, people pay so much attention. I can't have them know my data. I don't want to set up for this. Can't do that. I got to be this. I got to be that. You'll just die on a random day of the week at which you'll be buried and everybody will move on with their life. And they'll live in their world where they think the world revolves around them. And then when they die, that the world will stop. Thus, this got dark. It's sometimes the only way to show the light on things is to get a little dark, because when you get that dark, we can focus on the light that matters, I guess you'd say, which is nobody gives a shit. So stop stressing about the stupid shit. So for anybody out there that's already starting to create the narrative and idea with Club of it's another way for people to get data, you're retarded. It's simply put. The real questions people should be asking is, why is Kick marketing it as if it is actually an integration with Kick when it's fucking not? You should not be a fucking idiot. You should not fall for that to be free fucking marketing on their behalf. The reason why I say this with such fire under my tush is because Kick literally started on the general idea of how they hated that Twitch manipulated creators into doing X, Y, and Z, and they robbed the creators blind. You are essentially becoming the very evil that you fucking stood up against. That is the only reason why a lot of us got behind Kick in the first place, is because they rally this idea of they care about the creators. By you manipulating some idea that your new club website is actually going to benefit a lot. It's the false hope shit. It's the fucking chasing dreams. And this is what I can't stand with some of these fucking, I can't stand with fucking Twitch. And what I'm really not starting to like with Kick's marketing. You're not innovating. You're not giving creators new tools. You're not giving new ways to actually do something from your product. You are selling them on the idea that if you get as many views as possible brought over there, that you can make money. That doesn't solve problems. It sells hopes and dreams. It's a gambling advertisement. Kind of makes sense because their own. A lot of their marketing comes from stake. Ironic, right? Someone attacked the streamer. Devin opened the can of worms. Some streamer accused of cheating the club. Dang, what is this? Wait, what? Too much topic? Wait, what did we talk about Devin? Wait, what? It's an additional... Yes! It's an additional site! It's an addition... It's a new website! And it's only a website! It's just a fucking... It's what it is. No, obviously I'm posting there because for some reason people are giving me money on my post. For some fucking reason. Make sure you guys go over there and sign up. Or apply. You can't even sign up. You have to apply. Devin asked about Clippers growing. Oh my God. Devin, guys, we have been talking about this shit for fucking 5 goddamn years. And you guys are just now pretending that this is some groundbreaking shit. This is how everything has been. What's up, Fluff? God, how's that big dick hanging, brother? This is how everything's been. You know what I need to do is I just need to start a streaming consulting business. Because honestly, the amount of people that have initial funding, like you can essentially biohack algorithms. Like we've been talking about this for years. This is what Roberto Blake has been going over with the YouTube Blitz program. I've been telling you guys to do this for fucking 12 months now, and you guys still don't fucking listen to me. You don't listen to me. You guys would be pulling fucking ridiculous numbers, especially like the gamers out there, where you guys are just lazy and all you want to do is just play games. That's fine. Okay, well, guess what you should just do? Every day you should just post 10 fucking shorts a day. Instead of not posting anything, you should just post 10 shorts a day. Now, the thing is, are they going to be are those 2.2 billion views meaningful? No. That's not the competition that they're going after. They're not going after meaning. They're going after clips. The thought process in this idea is that 2.2 billion views, if you can even get 10% of that to click through, 1% of that to click through, do the fucking math. I thought that is what you are. No, I consult with people, but I don't manage people like that. I don't manage people like that. I should. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That's what I should do. I could take. See, it's tough because this is another thing a lot of people don't talk about this list. Honestly, I could probably. I mean, he's probably got a good team behind him. Cuffham's an interesting person. He's just so interesting. Los Polos, I would say. I mean, they're doing a great job. It's hard to be cocky and say with anybody on this list that I could take them. I could do even better. But I really think I could. I've seen some of their clips and stuff, and they're just like regurgitated. It's just regurgitated shit. But anybody not on this list, it's really not hard to take somebody that's got an okay enough personality to do and talk about extreme shit. Like, people don't talk about that with Clav. Let's just be real here. The thing that put him on the map was he ran over somebody with his fucking car. Okay? So we can talk about clipping and talk about, like, it's easy to just biohack your way to the top of the board, like how Devin did. Are you willing to run over somebody with your car? No, I doubt that. Dude overdosed on stream last night, apparently. Like, are you willing to do these things? So you have to understand he said yes. You have to understand that there's levels with this shit. Like, you can find a world where you can take advantage of the same exact situation, and you're just not going to be of this level. Okay, here's the issue with this, though. And where Devin doesn't go over this post, it's kind of like doom and gloom of like, this is just the marketing strategy. Okay, there's two things. One, it's unfair because of people on this list, Kick is literally investing into it. So Clavicular, I don't know. I don't really watch his shit. I'm going to be honest. He seems like a decent guy. I've seen a couple of his clips talking about like being a better person and shit. And as somebody that's getting his life together and is going after things that actually matter, which is like working out, being more intentional with some kind of fucking goal in life and some kind of spirit, like living outside of your own personal selfishness. I've actually seen some clips from him where he's talked about that. So like, I agree with those things, but the other shit, the things that I don't get, the partying, the degenerate, like I'm just old, you know, like that's just the difference. I just don't care about that culture and that lifestyle. Right. But at the end of the day, this guy's fascinating. He's fascinating in comparison to all these other people. The real one is like how Neon is on this list is just insane. Because like half of this stuff is faked, right? So Larry's interesting because Larry had a bit of a presence. Ryan Garcia is interesting because he's had a presence. Sneeko's interesting because of his takes. Asmon's gold. Like, you know, a lot of these people are interesting. I don't know half of them. But again, like you don't need 2 billion views. You don't need, what's the bottom on this list? 1 point. Wait, why are people like this in this list? I mean, it's not hard to generate views like this. I post half-ass content and I'm getting more across shit, but I guess I'm not just clipping. I'm actually creating content. It's different. I guess shouldn't compare. But what Devin doesn't cover in this is like, so you see this list right here? I'm trying to figure a way to articulate this. Please tell me if this doesn't make sense. I'm hoping this hits hard. What's up, Blank? I'm hoping this hits hard. What nobody talks about with this list is this is working right now because there is only so many clippers or so many creators investing into clippers, right? There's only so many eyes on social media that can become a view and then funnel over. If the entire culture in of itself, let's just say 100 streamers on average are investing into clippers. Well, now because of this post blowing off and everybody thinking it's just going to be an overnight success, what happens if that becomes 10,000 streamers investing into clippers? Clippers make more money off the start, obviously, right? There's going to be a much more higher demand. There's going to be opportunity for growth. But what happens when all those clips are just like everybody is posting 70,000 videos in a time frame? Does that make sense? Am I breaking down? This is the only problem that I see in my head with this. Long term, at what point is too much just too much shit to where algorithm, like, you can't even like fucking hack the attention of it because you're not going to be able to stand in front of the other people clipping because everybody's just going to be clipping. Your entire feed's just going to be thousands of just stupid clips. Does that make sense? I feel like I always that's like what I'm like, man, I just don't think this is ever going to work. It's just more noise. Yeah. I don't see a longevity game in it. Well, people want less noise. So you're talking about the idea that people don't even chase that interaction anymore. What I'm even talking about it is from an advertising stance. Okay, let's make a great example. The reason why billboards worked at a certain time is you go across a highway or you go from destination A to point B and you would see that thing on the side of the road and it would stand out. What happens when you have a billboard every fucking half a mile? You'll stop paying attention to it because it's so many fucking billboards. The reason why the clipping culture works right now is because you have that space. Somebody will scroll across the timeline. They'll see the clip of the person, be like, oh, what the fuck is that? And they'll see them again as they're driving along. And they'll be like, okay, now I have to figure them out. But once you get to a point where in the algorithms in itself, if you're just constantly scrolling past in an immediate second at all stream clips, because you've seen that style of shit time and time and time again, and you're not interested in it, guess what happens with the algorithm? You don't get to biohack it anymore because the algorithm knows, oh, well, they're not interested in fucking stream clips of streamers because there's just too many people doing it. It rots the brain, rots the attention. They don't like it. Here to find out what club is, staying for the wonderful fit. Oh my God, Rain, calm down. It's almost there now, just scrolling past. Right. Yeah, right. Clipping culture works in existing platforms that have reach, who is truly wanting to join another platform without, right. Which is, that's my only, okay. To summarize, by the way, what's up, Blank? I've seen you ask. So I'll summarize it. And yeah, so to summarize my initial thoughts on Club, I'll open it up while we talk about this. I think it's actually a great idea. I think it's a fantastic product from what I've seen so far. I think the launch of it was a little premature. Why do you not have a fucking app? Like I want to take you more serious. And this is just a personal thing. Most people don't care. So that's probably why they did it. Like the reality is I'm a stickler. Like I would just rather, if this was my product, I would want it to launch and not create division off the start. And that's what this does. You're going to have all these people that talk about or hear about it. And they're like, I'll just download it in a few months. Okay. So that's fine though. So outside of like how they've launched things, it's a good product, actually. It's a good product. It's a good idea. It's a competitor to OnlyFans and Patreon is what I see it. That's where I see the real potential from this. Fansly, OnlyFans, Patreon. I think this is going to be the real app. You know, like when everybody tells you, hey, you can post normal content on OnlyFans and Fansly, I think people like laugh at you, but that's the reality. I don't know if you guys know this, but I know people that actually manage their subscription. Nice. I know people that actually, my truck just got done. I got work done to it today. Got it all tinted up, but I know people that actually run subscription model services on OnlyFans and they make more I feel like over there because they run it on OnlyFans. And what they're doing is they're actually like providing a service. They're not doing like adult content. This could have the potential of being the first application that actually locks in the ability to be a creator and have the spicy shit and live in one place. It's going to take a lot of grunt work. You're going to have to bet on a lot of creators taking it serious in the professional aspect versus the non-professional. Because that's where I see things going in this real quick. This isn't for streamers. This isn't for Kick. That's the thing I don't like about this right now. This is articulated as this is a great way for Kick innovation. I think they're using that as marketing to get all the streamers of Kick, the loyalists of Kick, to advertise the fuck out of the site and be some of the first users over there. I mean, that's the type of people that's following me over there right now. I think where this is actually going to go well is I look at, the funneling system, and I look at this idea that like Amaranth will post like content and just like some provocative things, but she'll also talk about her thoughts and other things on X, where she gets this following. She breaks down these things, shares the content stream, whatever, and then she funnels people to OnlyFans. This site, in theory, would eliminate that funnel. It would eliminate it like that, especially with the verification process, because at that rate, then creators can organize 18 plus content. Kind of crazy, right? And okay, so like I'm just talking about the raunchy side. So as a tech product for me, where something like this could be really good is, I mean, I'm looking in and doing this right now. I'm doing the consulting stuff, helping creators, and I want to start doing like more workshops and stuff. And I've gotten a request also to do series videos, like more in-depth stuff, like educational shit. And I'm thinking of a way of like, how do I package that for my website and stuff? Well, you look at ways to host that stuff, because you have larger products and video services. Do I want it to play there? Do I want it to be something somebody downloads that? Well, you only get certain space for downloading, so I'd have to pay for more services, and I'd have to take cuts from the sales of that. Or I could use a site like Patreon, to where you'd have all that there, and you'd have different tiers of subscription models, to where like you could come there and you could pay for a series of videos to learn how to do lighting, right? I'm just talking about my experience. Or I could have a $25 a month thing where that's where we go over your stuff. I basically take what I've done on YouTube and Discord, and instead of getting YouTube 30% of my revenue from those subscriptions, shout out to you guys, I could just use this, and I would assume it's going to be kind of same thing, 95.5. I would assume. Or maybe their model is you keep 100%. I don't know that yet. I haven't figured out what that is. What percentage do they get? We got to find that out. But that's where the product is kind of dope. I just don't like the disingenuous nature as which they're giving false hope that this is actually going to help your average streamer. It's not. It's not. This is not going to help your average streamer. You can use it as a tool, but like, for example, I like the guy. I've never had like a bad interaction with him. Just want to make that very clear. But like I said, I showed you guys Crow talked earlier. To my understanding, Crow is just like like an average just Warzone. I'm live playing video games creator, right? Is he not? I could be wrong. I don't know if any of you guys know him. I don't see any value in this platform for him. I don't see any of it. Well, hey, I could create another subscription model on another platform where people can just give me another subscription. Okay, well, that's essentially a donation. There's no tangible, ownable value in that. It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing too crazy. The way they market anything always has me so tilted. Yeah, it's double-edged sword. The problem, like I explained earlier, Blank, is they actually do a really good job at a lot of things. So in the areas where they don't do good jobs, they don't care. I remember talking to an employee at Kick one time, and I'm like, why do they do this? Why do they do that? And they're like, yeah, I disagree with it, but it's really hard to try to tell a 28-year-old that is a billionaire that he's wrong. And yeah, I don't know, man. I think they'd be a lot better if they took down that guard, personally. This just doesn't make sense to me. Like, big picture, it just doesn't make sense. Two routes. Why not just make Kick this thing in of itself? Stop the VIP thing. You don't need to brand things as a club. If they would have just done this on club, Kick, there's no club invitation. So you don't cuck a certain, you don't get that VIP feel. But then you would take Kick and you would turn it into something way bigger than what it is. I don't know. Thank you for the resub. I don't see a world where they seriously compete with the rest of the fucking behemoths out there, only focusing on streaming. But I don't know what their fucking objective is. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't make a comment. I don't have a personal relationship with these guys. I have no idea where they want to take things. They're obviously much more financially successful than me. So how am I able to tell them what they're doing is wrong? I guarantee the VIP appeal is trying to the psychology of sense of limited access to drive engagement. Yeah. So at which rate will that be taken away? Will that go away? What's club? The best way I can compare it is imagine if X/threads had a passionate night with Patreon and OnlyFans and they made a baby. It's a good idea. It's a great idea. It's a good product. It's a good tech product. It could actually compete in a different area. But like when I scale back and I'm like, look at the problems on Kick that we currently have, I'm like, why are you now taking my attention? I wonder if that's why they also launched it. Ooh, we want to talk conspiracy theory. I wonder if that's why they didn't launch it right now. I just now thought about that. That could be. Do you think maybe they launched it now because there's nothing actually coming out with Kick at the moment? There's nothing actually new. There's nothing innovating. I wonder if that's, it'd be smart. It takes a lot of the pressure right now off of Kick. Because Kick has, that's what I said last week in that stream. Kick hasn't come out with anything. Just giving people money isn't innovating tech space at all. You're a tech company. You're not, this is innovating, actually. This is innovating. I would say the work they put into Club as a general idea is more technologically innovating and has more potential than any tech that they brought to Kick. Now people would say, yeah, but KPP, but okay, first off, X has already made some kind of thing where you just get paid for showing up. And again, you don't, but the thing is, to only advertise that as like groundbreaking tech, you can't control the variable. Like we have no, I've even reached out to them and asked like, what controls the KPP pay? And it's just always very muddy waters. Well, the reason why the YouTube ad revenue system was actually so groundbreaking is because the technology behind it. It wasn't just the general idea, you could get paid for doing the thing. What was actually groundbreaking, what really just changed everything for YouTube was when they got into the years where people wouldn't be punished, like ads could actually get categorized into different areas, which I know a lot of people don't like, but this is what helps keep a flowing ecosystem. It's the automation of it being able to actually discover these things. Like people shit on YouTube ad stuff because it's just so easy to say, oh, people get demonetized there. But like really, if you talk about it from a product perspective, it's actually fucking crazy how good it is. It's crazy that you have access as a creator to this thing that you can learn from to make more money. Like you can read your data and analytics and ad analytics, and you can use ads strategically yourself to make more money. You can't do that with Kick Partner Pay. The only thing is, I'll just get more views. What? But how are just only view? Like, are you doing chat rate? Are you doing views? Like, explain it to me. Like, objectively, what do I need to shoot for to actually increase that rate? Because what it appears to actually be is an articulated way. What KPP appears to me is actually over time, channels get set rates based off of how they like how the person continuously is growing or interacting. And if you get caught botting, where it appears that you're trying to cheat the system, you get kicked out. There's no real automation. That comes down to like user interaction. Somebody on the back end over a period of time has to study that. Maybe they get a rating on the back end. Any developers in here? Wonder if they announced it today because Meld was dropping. No, that's not why. No. Wait, what did Meld end up dropping? Yeah, that's a super fair thing. Launching low to inject engagement. Yeah. What did Meld end up dropping? Are they giving people free money on Club 2 or nah? AI Spark. What's that? Ooh, AI in the word. I can get behind it. I can get behind that. What is that? Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Complete transparency. I noticed that I have 3,000 kick or 3,000 club cash on there. So they must be loading in some so people can interact and feel that experience. Which is it's great marketing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Sometimes I wish that I was just sometimes I wish that Easy Go, who runs all this, I wish they were in the United States. I'd apply for a job for them overnight, man. Ah, man. The thing is, I think Kick and I think Eddie and Bijan and all these people and Train, like all these people, they have so much influence to fucking really compete in this industry and really change fucking things. And I want to work more in that so I can be in these meetings and say, that's a fucking retarded idea. I'd probably get fired faster than shit. Because who knows? We don't know. You know, while every company tries to articulate, this is why this company's bad. Okay, for a great example with this. Kick came out a lot and said, like Andrew and them would say, the way that Twitch is run with the layers and layers is just so bad. It's very negative. Because there's just so many ladders, there's so many fucking layers that you have to report to this person, report to that person, nothing gets done. But also in and of itself, while Kick, it could be more fast-tracked, if you have two behemoths that can say, do that, mate, that's great in theory, unless there's actually a good idea on the table, but they don't like it. Then you're confined instead of a board where people give opinions and thought process and conversation, you're just confined to the idea that, nah, that's just he wrong. Moving on. Are they avoiding a U.S. office because of the state connection? No. To my understanding, their whole thing is they're trying to bring tech to Australia. To my understanding, they want EasyGo, their tech company, to be like, they want to create like their own Silicon Valley over there. To my understanding. I don't know how true that is. That's the verbiage I've heard from talking with like going to some events and talking with some like higher ups in the industry behind the scenes. That's what it appears to be. You know what I mean? It appears that they don't want to do anything in the States because they want to build the reputation of like they were this company that did things over there, which like if it would make sense with everything that they do. Because they don't have the development to actually compete with companies in the States. So everything is constantly lost or launched later down the line. They have marketing, they have the funding behind it. So they do really, really good marketing. But like this, everything in itself, if they had the right employment and the right experience beyond the company, I don't think Club would have been launched like the way that it is. I don't think, I don't know. I don't run a multi-billion-dollar company, so I can't say. I'm just talking about, all I can ever do is just think of my world and my picture of how I've worked with brands and I've utilized platforms to grow and keep my business sustainable. That's it. That's all I can really do. Yeah. I would argue if they had the right team in place, Club would not have launched at all. Right. I'm not sure putting license in it to become a creator. I don't know. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. I mean, it's such a big debate, man. But like, the reality is, I want a world where like, if you lean into that world, it actually makes a lot of this experience better. The reason why, you guys ever heard of dead internet theory? You guys ever heard of this? The reason for this is anybody can make an account. And what dead internet theory is like this idea that every single day, a lot of the comments that you interact with, a lot of the back and forth that you go in with, they're not even real people. And it's not like a psychological level, like they're just so mentally checked out. Like, yeah, it's like 60%. And I would say like it's probably half of the online interaction that you might go back and forth with. It's botting. It's botting farms. It's AI. It's dog shit. Now, a lot of people would say, well, if we go into a world where like there's verification process, you essentially had to have like an online identity. It's like people like to fearmonger the idea, but you become to a purity world too. There's ways to build protection against stuff. Like for example, like on I explained it a little bit ago, level, where it's like, take Kick as an example. If I could switch on my Kick experience to say, you have to verify that you're a real person before you can talk in my chat, there goes all the spam botting, like overnight. You're not bypassing that. You're not bypassing that. If you do, you're doing it at a much small level. Not at the rate that right now somebody can send 10,000 accounts to my page and just spam bot. You're a piece of shit. You're this, you're that. That's why I moved my community away from Kick. Is because like people were just, once it got to the point where like they were saying obscene things about my kid, just spam botting, like talking about fucking doing nasty shit to my child. I'm just like, okay, Kick, get your shit together. I'm good. I don't have to deal with this anywhere else. I don't have to deal with this anywhere else. Please do not do that. Stealth. I mean, these are the things though. I'm not saying going to that extreme, but I want that. I want that. I want that on the site, like to be able to filter this shit. At the very least, email, phone number. I like having the ability to say, like, that's what Twitch has. Like, Twitch has the ability to where you can filter and say, you can't talk unless you've verified X, Y, and Z. And I think you can do different layers of that, like email and phone, or just email. Just back to YouTube. Yeah, back to YouTube. Like a lot of the main guys are just, I just started, I was like, I'm just going to bring them back to YouTube. It's actually been a win-win. It's super interesting. And this is another thing with like the whole competition idea. You know, I think streaming is definitely the future. I think streaming is going to keep going, but I think people are really, they don't understand the power of YouTube. The power of YouTube is this, like I'm live right now. I have a live audience over there. Is it the craziest in the world? No, it's not. But the thing is, I'm making ad revenue from the stream in itself. On top of that as well, after the stream is done, the way that I do my streams is like, I'll go in after the stream's done, and in the VOD, I create a highlight at a certain time where I actually say, all right, guys, this is what we're getting into today. Kind of have a hook. I cut anything out before that. And then my stream VOD actually gets a considerable amount of views after I'm done. Every time I go live, it about doubles. So if I get 500 people to come to the stream during the duration that I'm live, typically like 500 more people will watch the video, the VOD too, which like in a world where these are like an hour long thing, and the average watch time is like 20 to 30 minutes a person, it's a lot of value. It's also a lot of green flags too. Like YouTube loves the fact that you're doing that. We haven't even begun to really tap into that. It's kind of new that they're pushing this so much. Oh, what about people that don't have IDs? How could they verify? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, well, that's like, why do you not have an ID? You don't have any form of ID whatsoever? YouTube streaming is the best way for business education related channels. I agree with that. Well, that's what I told Kick. Kick, when I said this, when I was like, okay, I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this shit. With this hate campaign that I got going on here. Like, I just do nothing there to like, I get it. Like some of the creators, like they entice that type of audience. So they love it. They love having like the degenerate, you know, fucking spam, like, challenge me, man. Just whatever. I'm just trying to create a different environment, man. I want to have like a fucking natural, I gotta create a podcast vibe with you guys, right? And yeah, when I announced that, I think it was on my birthday, I said, hey, I'm gonna be moving my main conversation and main audience kind of back to YouTube. I'm gonna be focusing more on that. You know, they reached out and was like, hey, you know, why? What's up? You know, you were a pretty big advocate of this off the start. And I was like, yeah, I was. You guys, you made a lot of momentum because you did action. You did real things. And I was like, at this point, you guys haven't done anything. Like all it is yapping now. All you guys are, your whole entire campaign is we pay more than Twitch and we're not Twitch. That's it. And I was like, okay, so I was like, you just explain to me. Just answer this question for me. I said this, by the way, to them. I said, if I can go to other sites and I can discover a new audience, meaning using the right title and thumbnail, new people can find me. Like, so today's stream, I'll gain new subscribers, specifically from the discovery of getting pushed into the conversations. You know, right now I'm optimizing the idea short-term and long-term for the fact that last night, one of the Google trends for club.com was what my YouTube title is. what is club.com? So I can leverage the SEO. I can look into what people are searching right now. I can leverage that SEO. Right now, I could, it hasn't happened yet, obviously, because you guys to be able to tell. But the idea is on YouTube right now, I could get pushed into the Google search results as people are searching that. As more people are talking about club.com while I'm live, more people could be discovering that. So I was like, you explain to me why I can have access to this on TikTok and YouTube. I can have access to this world, especially on YouTube, to discover new people in the environment, to use the talking points, what I'm doing to literally discover people on the platform. Okay. Explain to me why, if I can do that on YouTube, if I can communicate with those people offline, if I can do top of the funnel distribution through YouTube Shorts to get even more people, if I can make concrete videos like if I started streaming in 2026, I would do this, where you get more new faces, and then I can make personable content like the vlogs where I could constantly connect with my viewers. And then now I can do that in the live stream in and of itself and communicate with them offline through community posts, which also go through an algorithm. Explain to me why, if I have this on YouTube, why would I constantly try to push people off of YouTube to your site when you have no real modification or moderation? You have like real moderation. You have outside of KPP, there's no real ways to own my audience. If I'm not live, I'm dead. Explain to me. You just give me a good answer for that. You ready for this? You want to know their response? They didn't respond at all. It didn't respond at all. What's up, peeps? They wrote this big thing of like, we don't want to lose you. Let's figure out what's going on. Like, you know, we know you've been dealing with the botting. Talk freely. Okay, I'll talk freely. I gave this big, very well put together thing. I was not a dick about it. I was like, just here's the state of everything. Here's my thought process. Now you answer to me why I would funnel people to your site in that scenario. Well, I'm trying to build a business and move in a different direction. I didn't even get a response. It's not that they gave me a response of like, oh, I guess now that you say that, like, it's unfortunate we don't have some of these things. I didn't even get a response. And that's kind of like, yeah, in of itself, that silence, move on. In of itself, that's the problem with Kick right now. And it's almost like Twitch. There's a lot of hype conversation. There's a lot of like tweet conversation. Let's talk about something that will get clicks on X. But when you actually get intentional with the let's talk end game, let's talk real reasoning, there's never an answer. They'll just kind of shut you off. Just won't care. They don't care. They like the you know, what's the click answer? What's the click question, if you would. So club, should I apply or not? I mean, you might as well just get your name. That's what I would say for anybody. At this point, guys, it's here. It's here. Try to get your name. Try to get on it. Why not? Why not? What's it gonna hurt you to just get over there? I haven't even tied my I have not tied my license to it yet. I haven't done the verification. I'm just simply there. That's it. I'm testing to see how I did a couple videos there. I'm testing to see how those go. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Again, overall, you know, peeps, I think you missed it. I think it's a great product. I think it's a great idea. I think it's going to have its actually have its place and compete in something. I don't know how it ties at all to Kick. That, like, the argument is, will you get this? Okay, cool. So you can see that I'm live right now, and you can see that I'm live on Kick, and you can see that over here. You can see that I'm live on Kick, and you can see that over here. And you can view that in club. And then you can also visit Kick and HC. But so here's the conundrum from this. This works well when you have discovery. But when you have invite only, you don't have discovery. You see why I just keep getting frustrated. in theory, it's a great thing. It's not a great thing when if you come here, you can't just automatically discover 1,000 new people today from your post. So what this is and ultimately going to turn into over the next couple months is creators coming here, bringing their direct communities over here. And it's just going to be a notification service in a way for themselves to make extra sales on here, which that's good. And just like an extra notification layer to let you know, hey, I'm live over here. But like your average creator right now that has the problem in trying to, your average creator right now that has the problem trying to even understand still in 2026 of creating content on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok and funneling people over, they're going to have the same problem here. They're going to have to, and so it's going to be even worse because it looks like it's something like X that has an algorithm, but it's not. It's an invite-only club VIP experience where established creators go and monetize off their brand more and build an extra layer of notification. But if you're not established and you don't have that, you're not going to get that. You're essentially, so like, say, let's talk about your like 10 CCV creators that haven't created content and started like doing any of that shit. Now you're going to create another divide where you're, what's up, Forge? Now you're going to create another divide where you're trying to bring even your small audience over to this new platform and tell them, hey, just trust that you'll like this place to be an extra layer of notification and an extra way to monetize. But what sucks about this is the evil thing from this, I didn't even get into this. The evil thing about this is the amount of people that are going to lose diehard members of their community from this site. That's the evil thing. Oy vey. And what I mean by this is your cash cows. Some of those small streamers that have like whales. I just had a consulting gig last week with a client. He's a successful individual that he's made a lot of money in acquisitions. And he's got a pretty tight stream community. And when we were talking about the revenue of things and how he's breaking down things, he's like, yeah. I was like, do you have whales? And he's like, yeah. Like, he's like, I don't average the most insane viewers, but he's like, I get about 750 subs a month because I have a couple whales. I have a couple guys that like give a lot of money. And the thing is, a lot of these people have just found like a home and they like really to support somebody. And oh man, what a shitty thing to do to take streamers that haven't figured out a way to grow on other social medias. They just kind of build a relationship with like some of these people that have like a lot of fucking money and they support that creator. What a way to take those viewers, put them on a platform where the whole entire identity is doing that to creators. So what we're going to see over the next X amount of months, even if this starts to do well, the thing is, even if they have some kind of algorithm over here, the fact that your average Warzone streamer still hasn't figured out a way to leverage YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and create content and understand hooks and posts and storytelling, the fact that they haven't understood that on any of these other platforms, haven't understood that on X, they haven't figured out a way to leverage X, they're going to be bringing their audience to club to create that extra layer. And then that audience is going to also be connected with demons. Cause like that, the reality is there's a lot of creators that they're kind of protected under the funding that like their viewers don't know about other people. And I know that sounds shitty to say, but it is the reality. And this is where you see some people, like some creators know this, by the way. Am I making sense with all this? I know I'm just rambling on, but there are, I know creators, some creators that you guys even look up to, where their whole entire thing is like they get a lot of fucking subs in their stream. They get a lot of gifted subs. Some of those people will literally try to protect their viewers from the outside world because they're afraid of their cash cows, their whales, finding out that they might fuck with another streamer. Dude, I was part of like a friend group over the last few years. There was a group of us guys. We were in this chat and we thought we were all fucking homies. And we found out one of the guys was literally, dude, I shouldn't even be saying this because it just makes you, that's good because you guys will understand why I fucking hate this industry. One of the guys that was like a cool member of our community, and we thought like everybody thinks so highly of this person and shit. We found out that as you know, we were intertwining more and some of the members of his community were coming over to ours, he was going to those viewers and he was manipulatively trying to talk shit about other individuals. You shouldn't go watch them. They're bad people. Just stay in our stream. And that's like, a lot of streamers do this, by the way. A lot of streamers are afraid of losing and right, I guess rightfully so, man. If you make $10,000 a month and it's because of mainly 4 to 5 people, what's probably the best thing to do to keep that consistency? Not lose them. Not lose them, right? And this is streaming culture in 2026. It's because those streamers depend on that, right? They depend on that, and it's kind of evil. Whittles, we're talking about club. What's full turnaround talking about this? What's evil about this is, let's just call this streamer X. Your streamer X's out there that don't want other people. They don't want their community, the people that give them so much money, to know about the other people out there that maybe those people would want to invest into that other creator. Streamer X is going to get excited about club and be like, oh, guys, funnel over to club. So that way you get notifications. But the thing is, the fact that it's invite only, the fact that everybody that's going to be coming here is essentially going to be a creator trying to create a environment to be worth investing into, you're going to have nothing but the competition. Everything that those guys are afraid of, everything that those streamers that only rely on the subscribers, the gifted subs, the fucking people giving all that money, you are essentially funneling your core fucking consumers into a place where they have more options. And again, what people don't think about is, this isn't going to be a warm, fluffy place where like you're just ahead of the curve because you signed up first. If you don't know how to leverage YouTube, if you don't know how to leverage TikTok, if you don't know how to leverage Instagram as a creator, you're not going to compete in this shit. You're just going to bring your audience that has money to a platform where other people are better at creating content. It's kind of sick. But some people are going to steal fucking viewers, man. Some people are going to steal that extra money. And I know people don't like talking about it in that aspect, but again, it's a very real side of the streaming culture. It's a very, very real side of the streaming culture. The whole Face ID thing was bullshit. What Face ID thing? The verification thing? Are you talking about on Club? So if you do want to get paid out, you do have to verify your identity. Yeah. Are you saying the idea of it is bullshit, or are you saying... I think... some of you guys missed my hot take in this. I don't think this is going to compete as a thing that's integrated in Kick. I think that's just their early marketing to get all of you guys going over there and being some of the early traffic and data to where they can get established, right? I don't think it's the end game where it's actually going to do well. I think what this is actually going to compete with is OnlyFans. So you build this into the system now and you make people need to verify their identity. And like, that's the VIP, that's the club access. What does that do for you long-term, peeps? What does that do for you long-term? Let's talk about maybe, peeps, you want to start showing your fucking butthole on at some point, but you don't have enough following on X and enough confidence to publicly try to convert people over to your OnlyFans. Because OnlyFans is obviously a place where it's just made to do all that stuff. But here lies a platform where you can just post like a creator, but also you can put things behind a paywall. Oh, and then, hey, by the way, people already are verifying their identity. You already have an 18 plus model built into the fucking background. Bro, I already have an OnlyFans, no jokes. But you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Also, too, I feel like that they're trying to a real grinder. Peeps definitely got a grinder for sure. For sure. For sure. I seen that clip that couple like was doing a live stream and the guy's phone went off and it went off in some tone. And apparently like the girl didn't. nobody like thought of it. It was just like a clip. And everybody's like, ma'am, that was a Grinder notification. But yeah, no, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Holy shit, Meld now has AI Spark. Yeah, you guys didn't break that down. Integrated to the streaming platform. Watch. Wait, what? Somebody link that to me. I gotta go take a piss. Somebody link that to me. Yeah, somebody give me the, I want to see the Meld shit. Well, I'll tell you what, Meld's making moves, man. Knackers did. Oh, shit, my bad. Yeah, I meant to do the be right back. Shared it on Twitter. Oh, let's get into that. Damn. Touching into our kick roots, man. Little, essentially just news today. Little news stream. Here's the launch. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's watch this. Ooh, it's on. Ooh, he actually.
Just a few examples of what is
beautiful.
A few examples. Think of what is possible with Spark.
All right. Please do not copyright this. Knackers. Thank you. Or Meld.
This is just a few examples of what is possible with Spark. Think of an idea, put that idea into Spark, and then let it bring your idea to life in real time. This is a brand new feature that is baked right into Meld Studio. And today I'm going to show you 20 or most likely more use cases for Spark. And
so this is not a third-party extension of pre-made shit. This is actually in the Meld Studio.
How you can use it to take your content to the next level. If this is the first that you're hearing about Spark, you're in for a treat. Once you're updated to the new version.
God, okay. Listen, Knackers. I love this is one of my favorite creators, by the way. Don't tell him I said that. He's an egotistical prick. No, I'm just kidding. But it's so funny trying to hear him be a little bit more clean for this. It's so because he is. I actually love the way that he actually. Hold on, I gotta show you. Let's watch a video from him first, and then that way. Look, I missed the stash.
If you want to learn a thing or two about building with aluminum extrusion and watch a late puberty hitting ex-Jehovah's Witness struggle with manly things, you're in the right place.
There is an abundance of hardware that you can get for aluminum extrusion. You can get triangle corners.
Like, it's so funny listening to him in this like more well-presented thing because he's a goof. He's a goof. I genuinely love this guy. Here we go.
And you're signed in, you can locate the Spark button on the right side of the app in that sidebar. Just click
wow.
At first, you'll see some starting examples.
Yeah, but that's not AI.
You can kind of see what's possible right from the get-go. But down below is where you can enter in whatever idea you have and then send it to Spark and just start generating. So when you're ready, after you've watched this video to completion, just...
Oh my God. Built directly in. Somebody clip that, please, for me.
Get on in there and start bringing those ideas to life. Everything that I'm showing you right now and everything that I will show was all created within Meld. And since there are so many things that we can create using this tool, it's best to break these up into a couple of categories. So we're going to dive into the following: general layers and overlays, entire scenes like starting soon or be right back.
Wow.
Widgets, and then just some random off the wall dope. Okay. Oh, and then we'll cover a brand new asset library that's online, provided by Meld, that allows you to drag and drop things that other creators have created right into your Meld Studio. We'll start off with some really cool alerts.
Do you guys, oh my God. Do you guys realize what this opens up the future potential to? I mean, we're looking at this as reactionary. you guys don't understand how implementing this into the implementing AI into the software in of itself. This is where you can actually see a realistic future where you can essentially say, hey, Meld, capture that or something. And then like you can incorporate agent and assistants into the interaction.
Animations or reactions to common stream alerts like follows, subs, raids, or other. Almost every one of these examples have been created by the Meld community, whether they are testers, Meld staff, or myself. And the content creator responsible, I'll tag over here or up here, but somewhere over here. Want to spice things up a little bit? Why not allow a bag of Takis to rain down from the heavens? Get it? Spice things up? Because Takis are spicy?
Yeah, but so this is what I thought it was. So you're saying Luma or whatever already has AI voice text features, right? But you're talking about this third-party thing that you have to add into the edition. The real thing was actually having the AI prompting in the app.
All right. One of the coolest and most creative alerts that I saw was this dark sky filled with a lot of stars, which is already pretty sweet looking. But then you realize that those stars can realign to spell out the names of the last person who followed or
oh wow, that's cool.
If you've watched
these are things I don't really care about.
Length of time, you
guys have heard my take in this. I think a lot of this stuff, I think the alerts, the interaction, I think a lot of this stuff is over marketed in this idea to get a lot of streamers to think that if you have more fancy things in your stream, you'll be more entertaining. Yeah, it doesn't really solve a problem for a lot of people where it's like they can't keep a viewer entertained.
No doubt seen a streamer who writes a post-it note for every sub or writes a name on a balloon and then fills up their entire space until the month is over. What about a pretty little flower that pops up on screen for each one of those subs instead? You can keep a scene that's just meant for those blooming flowers.
Let's get into widgets.
Sometimes there are a sequence of events that compound over time and it creates a problem. And the only solution to that problem is a wheel spin. And thankfully, it's as easy as asking Spark with everyone in chat and letting it rip. With that in mind, since you have access to chat-related things with Meld widgets, this means creating overlays to fit your theme. Super simple. Whether you're creating a new scene, since you're starting your first playthrough of Stardew Valley, maybe returning to your all-time favorite series of Fallout, or you're just trying to match your channel's aesthetic and branding with a dark and ominous glass look, or maybe something a little bit more colorful and neon. Channel your inner Michael Scott, turn your chat messages into post-it notes on a corkboard. So many
what's productivity?
ways that you can utilize different layers with scenes to get some work done. Set reminders, record some footage, post stream. Why, yes, indeed. Getting a link to everyone in chat, no matter their platform, isn't necessarily the easiest task. Or you could use Spark to generate a QR code that forwards everybody to a link. So no matter what device they're on, a TV, a phone, a computer, anybody can get access to it. You could throw a sticky note up on screen to remind yourself of something later. Let chat stare at it for a few hours. They'll never let you forget it. Reminder failsafe.
Wow. The thing that's crazy about this is you can create this in real time. To my understanding, right? That has to be, right? That'd be the idea of like making this before a stream. Yeah, the thing that would make this mind-blowing is the fact that you could literally make that note on screen right there.
Just force your community to remember it. Or go absolutely big brain mode by using Meld's multi-canvas mode as a teleprompter, putting your script on the portrait side, letting it auto-scroll, but then recording your 4K camera on the landscape side. Look, taking your stream seriously is all fine and dandy.
I know the studio mode is...
Sometimes
oh, wait.
Have a little fun too.
So what is...
If you're sitting there...
What do you mean by studio mode? What's studio mode versus non-studio mode?
With just a goofy idea. Just try it out. See what happens. Pile all your emotes on screen and let it start to fill up your entire canvas with your community's inside joke emotes. Switch to a scene that pulls errors from the retro era. Keep a glass on screen that's tracking your hydration. Or
you can make changes before people can actually...
Toilet paper rolls. Toilet paper. Yeah, okay, Tiff. We'll believe that. This is where we're getting into the dope stuff, because these assets that you can create for yourself, they aren't just visual or chat questions and have them weigh in via chat.
It's cool.
Giving them their horoscope of the day.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna, dude. This just also for. I mean,
like, idea, put that idea in the spark.
Hello. There we go. Yeah, I mean, somebody made a joke of it. Was like, people are gonna be bitching about like, just pay a designer, guys. Fucking average streamer can't afford a goddamn designer, man. And not only that, they have no idea how to like do a creative direction and shit. AI is actually a lot better for a lot of those things. That's cool. That's cool. That is a big update. That was, I've seen them hyping up everything, hyping up this idea that something big was coming, and I had no idea it was going to, I said about sorry, I just got a text message. I'll deal with that later. I said about a year ago that I think Meld will be the future. And I just, if I think of overall like best product for like a streaming, it wouldn't be a streaming software, it would be creative software. It'd be this idea that you could use it to record, you could use it to set up, you could use it. Having a software where you could literally edit the clip and put captions on the clip in the software to eliminate more process. I feel like Meld is going to be the first one to actually go down that direction. Think CapCut fucked OBS, and like that's what you get. Or you could actually organize and store things. Huh. Good shit. All right. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the Meld. Anything confusing about the club stuff now before I go? Naggers has a video about that. He uses Meld for all his content. It's crazy. Is that on his channel? I'm gonna go watch that. What is Club? Honestly, Club is a place that you're not really gonna need to worry about because you do a lot of shit on YouTube. So there's just no point. See, okay, that's a fuck, dude. Just explaining that in itself is like, it's part of the problem. So while this is articulated that this helps build a layer between Kick and Club, build some kind of layer. Like I know Run out of a name is only on YouTube. Well, there's no point for her to use this. There's none. Because everything that Club offers, you can do on your YouTube channel. You can do it yourself. You can put up your own memberships. You can add specific perks. You can model it to where it's like paywall. Like, I don't know, man. So yeah, that's essentially Run. The owners of Kick came out with a website called Club. And it's like basically if X and Patreon were combined. And it's going to be a good place for a lot of people. I just don't. They're advertising it as an idea of like it's going to be like the offline conversation for streamers. And I just don't think it is. I don't think it is. Went up 50K views. Nice. Good shit. It's always good when you get a video pumping like that. Yeah. It's always good. So, I mean, that's Club. I don't lean into the scare tactics and idea that like, oh, it's this big scary place because you have to verify your identity. I'm actually a fan of that, my hot take, but that is what it is. I understand the argument in it. I think it's a good product. I think it has potential living in a certain world. I mean, who gives a shit about my opinion, I guess you'd say, but you know, it's like this right here. Like, look at the marketing behind it. Someone paid $10 million for the domain Club and supposedly will compete with platforms like Patreon. I don't know. Yeah, for the moment, gonna stick to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I mean, you should add X into that for sure. If I go over and fuck with another platform, I'm gonna create a load, like I said, sweet spot. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't even entice you guys to add something else to your list that you don't need to be adding, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's a great idea. I'm interesting. I like verifying identity, to be honest, but clearly not doing much at the moment. I'm trying to navigate what the fuck I even want to discuss. Yeah, and see, that's the point. It's like, I don't think Club solves a problem for creators like yourself. I just don't think it does. I think it's my eyes light up because I'm like, ooh, this is perfect timing. I'm thinking about doing these workshops. I can control my own subscription model there. So like where I think Club could be useful, just to give you guys an understanding of like how I perceive it, is I could say, hey guys, I'm going to use Club as a place for you guys to learn. If you guys want to, and like basically the idea would be, let's eliminate the premium program, YouTube premium membership that I created over here. Let's stop the Discord interacting stuff, which again, I feel like actually it'd be better to just have that integration. But nonetheless, we'll just play an example. I don't want to give 30% of the revenue from that to YouTube. I could essentially just say, okay, Club is going to be the place for you guys to learn, right? You could go join a membership over there. I'm going to give away information and updates and more deep dives into things over in that area, right? And I will do free stuff and I will do paywalled stuff. And you can unlock the paywalled stuff where I can organize workshops. I can put together more in-depth, valuable videos over there, right? That's a good way for it to do it. But at the end of the day, that's me taking my audience that I've gained from things and utilizing it. And the disingenuous thing I don't like about this is I don't like that it is advertised as this way, as a thing for streamers that need to build that connection. If you already don't know how to market yourself on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, through your own website, if you are not in a place where you could utilize something like a Patreon, I don't think you're going to be in a place where you could utilize Club. If that makes sense. I saw your stream was in my feed as YouTube featured. That's pretty cool. Never seen it before. Yeah, we've been getting in there a little bit more. Been getting into that featured section a little bit more. YouTube finding some value in it. Appreciate you. Appreciate YouTube. Do you have any thoughts about AI's impact on energy, water usage out of curiosity? I think people overstress and overcomplicate the fuck out of that. I don't know if anybody's ever done some basic research into the power that it used to take even your basic computers back in the 70s. It's like, guys, none of that's going to matter in a certain amount of time. Like the idea is like they're wasting a whole bunch of human drinking water to power these fucking things. Technology will get better. They'll literally use AI in of itself to help optimize things. And at the end of the day, we are also talking about the same culture where people will leave their bath running for an extra fucking 20 minutes to get warmer out of personal preference. Like we're a very selfish country. Like we're a very selfish world. We're very disconnected from the rest of the world. I hate that RAM is up. Yeah. I hate that storage prices are up. That sucks. But like, I got other things to worry about in my life than stress about like the idea that what's the end game? Like why should I worry about stressing about that? You know what I mean? It's like stressing about gas prices. I'm either going to pay for the fucking gas or I'm not. Making it a thing to complain and bitch about, it's just another thing to be upset about. Yeah. Been hyping up your video. My guy. I don't know how hype works, so I appreciate it. Happy Wednesday, friend. Have a great day, stream. Fuck, it's Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday. Hell yeah. I think it would be smarter to have the revenue direct to the teacher, et cetera, to have the revenue direct to the teacher. Right. Well, that's essentially what Club does. That's essentially what it would do. So like the thing over there that's kind of like different from other stuff where it is a good product is like, even in the 3 posts that I've made over there, I've made $100 on the post because there's a thing there called Club Cash to where you can just preload cash on your account and you can like tip people's posts because you find valuable. So not only just creating like a paywall where I can have a subscription model there, like say I use Club as a way to create a $25 a month creators club. Hey, pretty cool branding, right? To where you'd find more in-depth information. I could actually interact with things and it almost be like a broad consulting kind of workshop vibe, right? Outside of even creating that subscription model threshold, I could just create valuable content for free there on hopes that people would be like, oh, I found this valuable. I'll give him 10 Club And the more people that would obviously be over there, if there's 10,000 people that do that, that money adds up. And I don't know the percentages. I'll actually see if I can't get information on that. I don't know the percentages. Hey, also too, in conversation with this, curious, what is the split? So out of the club cash tips and subs, how much, what percentage does the creator get? I'll let you guys know, because I don't know. I have no idea what that is. Nobody's talked about that. Everybody's talking about this idea of like, oh my God, I'm getting tipped in posts. I'm making money from just posting there. What percentage are you getting? Is it 100%? I have no idea. No idea yet. So don't have hype works either. Must be doing something. Dude, listen, here's the thing. At the end of the day, maybe I'm an old school. Maybe I'm just an old soul, an old person. It's like I was talking about the TikTok stuff. You know, it all adds up, man. I don't give a fuck if doing hypes on my videos doesn't get me to a fucking million people. If it's an interactive thing that YouTube gives you the ability to do and you're investing that into me out of all the other people, it's beneficial for me. I don't give a shit. Who cares? It's just like if you want to watch me on TikTok and because you're watching me on TikTok, I'm going to get just pennies from your gifts and stuff over there versus like trying to convert you to go watch somewhere where you don't want to watch so I can try to get a subscription off of you. I don't fucking care. I'd rather you just, so like, don't apologize or be like, don't know if it works. The fact that you're doing it for me, this is all that fucking matters, brother. I appreciate that. Period. So, all right, gang. Yep. Short little one today. Just talking a little bit about Club. Let me know you guys' thoughts down below if you're watching the VOD. Good product overall. I don't think it really adds much value to the idea of being a kick streamer. It's still the same game, man. You're going to have to know how to put out content. You're still going to have to compete, man. It is what it is. Like, this is not going to be a fast track to just an opportunity to be the first of the pack and like things will get easy. Like, dude, this is, if anything, it's going to be harder. Like, this is a place that looks like it's built around you needing to market and sell yourself. And man, if you can't do that across other socials through free content, how do you expect to do that through paywall content? I don't know. That's just maybe my hot take. I'd love to know a little bit more about like their goals. Why not implement this in the kick? What's the fucking point? And whatnot. Yeah, we'll figure those things out. Anyways, I'll be unbanned on TikTok tomorrow. So we'll be back over there. I'm going to go pick up my truck. I got some work done today, so I'm going to go get that right now. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.